Hello, it's Coach Charlie with Attack Basketball Academy. Form is so important when it comes to shooting the basketball. Most coaches will harp on where your feet should be pointed or what your follow-through should look like. And while those are important parts of shooting form, they are missing out on one big part of shooting. What is it? Where are your hands placed on the basketball? And as one of the more premier shooting coaches in youth basketball today, I want to help you out with this so you can become a premium shooter. So today in this video, I'm going to show you where to put your hands on a basketball when shooting. Let's go right here. In this video, I'm going to show you the two key places to put your hand on the basketball. The second one will surprise you. Then I'm going to show you the shocking truth about hand placement and why you miss shots. Last, I'm going to share with you the little known secret to hand placement that you should look out for every time you touch the ball. Let's get right into the two key places to put your hand on the basketball. First, you got to understand, whether it's a shot, whether it's a dribble, whether it's a pass, it's called a universal release. And there's three key attributes in a universal release. You extend your arm, you snap your wrist, and automatically your elbow locks out. So to keep it simple, extend arm, snap wrist, lock elbow. Whether I'm doing something going at you, you can consider that being a pass. Whether I'm going down towards the ground to what we call a dribble, or to where I'm going up to the basket, we call a shot. Those all three things have in common, they are a universal release. It's just that the situation's changing. When I dribble, my hand's on top of the basketball. When I pass it, my hands can be to the side or behind the basketball. And when I shoot it, same thing. I'm behind the basketball. I can't be to the side if I'm shooting a layup away from my body. But what they all have in common, they are a universal release. No matter what I say to you, whether my hand's on top of the basketball, behind the basketball, it's really all the same. It's just a situation change. Once you understand, again, the three things I talked about, extend your arm, snap your wrist, lock your elbow, when it comes to shooting, right? When it comes to shooting, when it comes to pass, when it comes to shooting, when it comes to dribbling, when it comes to passing. Imagine me making a pass. Make that pass again. And then when it becomes a pass, all three things had in common, the basketball went straight. It went straight to the ground. It went straight to my target on a pass. And then the ball went straight to the basket for a shot. So the key is making sure that you have your elbow, forearm, and hand behind the basketball, especially we talk about shooting. You want to have it behind the basketball because that's how you dribble it. We may say on top, but literally you're behind the ball, right? And what's driving this is your elbow, as it's going directly through the basketball, forcefully, vigorously. Whether I do it with my left hand or right hand, whether I pass with my right hand or left hand. Then the second place you want to have your hand on the basketball is under the ball with your guide hand. If you're right-handed, we're talking shooting now. We're talking shooting, right? See, my guide hand, if I'm right-handed, is the hand that balances me up, where I can keep my shot hand, my right hand, behind the ball. Hence, look at it. You want to start with these two fingers, your pinky, your ring finger, underneath the basketball. So that way, I keep my shot hand behind the ball with my forearm and elbow directly behind it so I can drive it to the basket. We're talking about shooting. See, my left hand will balance me up. My right hand will get me to the basket. Changing it. Ball in hand. You notice that? My hand's underneath this. My guide hand is underneath it. My shot hand is behind it. Same situation. My elbow, forearm, and hands behind the ball. Right? When I lift it, as you see, it's still behind it. Now I'm just underneath it. All I have to do is one fluid motion. But that's the key, the two placements. Have your hand under the basketball, that's your balance hand, your guy hand side. Then you can get your shot hand directly behind it, because what you get behind, you can control. That's the key. Why you can. Before I tell you the shocking truth of hand placements and why you miss shots, I want to remind you to subscribe to this channel. I'm putting out videos daily to help develop you into a premium basketball player. Don't miss out on the content. Click the subscribe button. Now let's talk about hand placement and why you miss shots. Okay? So let's get right to it. And I'll turn so you can see this, my back to you. When your shot hand, let's say my right hand, is to the side of the body, what you don't realize, the mirror effect of that, is my hand's to the right. Now, when I go up, because my elbow's out, my elbow's going to drive across my body. It may not be that exaggerated, but if you've ever shot this way, you started off what you think in the middle, and all of a sudden, you went across your body. Now, nothing against it. You may just say you missed a shot. That's true. But I want to give you something. Right-handed players, 70+% of your shots, they miss left. It may not be that bad, but you go across your body. And then for left-handers, same thing. It may not be that bad, but you go across your body. Because your hand is to the side of the ball, hence you're now going across your body. We call that a hook. You're going up, all of a sudden, last second, you change course of action. Left-handers do the same thing. So now, again, think about it. I do miss to the left. That was a bad example because I made the shot, right? But I do miss to the left. As a left-hander, I do miss to the right. I go across my body. Another bad example. Oh, come on, Coach Charlie. Miss. Right? But the point of emphasis, again, when you go across your body, we call that a hook. Now, the opposite of a hook is called a slice. This is when you go away from your body. It may not be that bad, but you go up and you go out. For whatever reason, your shot hand goes up, it goes away from your body. We call that a slice. That's a slice. If you slice, you're very close to becoming what we call a straight line shooter. You're very close. I'd rather slice in basketball, meaning go away from my body, than hook. Because to me, sometimes players that hook are inconsistent shooters. They really don't know why they're missing shots. See, the whole point of emphasis as well, me talking about a hook and slice, is you want to learn to build in error into your daily practice. Now you know what to look out for. Because let's face the logic. I'm right-handed, right? If I'm right-handed, I don't want to slice, go away from my body, right? I don't want to hook, go across my body. I only have one place to go. Straight. I want to go straight. So now when I build in error, the shot becomes what I call performance feedback. I can automatically make an adjustment. It has nothing to do with anything other than, again, for me, having my shot hand behind the ball, that's a hook for me as a left-hander. This is a slice for me as a left-hander. I want to go just right, that middle piece right there. I want to go straight to the basket. And if I can do it with this kind of ease of use, explaining this, having fun with you, you can do it too. You just got to know what to look out for. Hands in basketball. Now that you know where to place both hands on the ball to ensure accurate shots, I want you to comment below with swish to let us know you have learned something from this video and you are ready to get buckets. Go ahead and drop swish in the comments. Now I'm going to show you a little known secret to hand placement and that you should look for every time you touch the basketball. See, every time I touch the basketball, there's one thing I'm doing. That's why I'm a little reluctant to give it to you. You sure you could take it? Let me think about it. All right, I'll give it to you. Let's go over simple math. Quick, how big is the rim? Correct. If you said 18 inches, you're correct. Now let's do some simple math. If the rim is 18 inches, and I start from the middle, as where I'm at, here's like a middle of a semicircle, and I'm going to my right. Let me turn my back to you. Let me go to your right, so you don't call me out and say you don't know what's left from right. If I start in the middle and I go to the right, to the basket, that's 9 inches. I go the other way, that's 9 inches. That's 18 inches total. So what number, geniuses out there, is in the middle? Correct. 0. See, the little known secret that comes to hand placement, once you understand how to get your guide hand under the basketball with your shot hand to behind the ball, now you want to have the mentality of shooting at 0 every time. See, I don't know, and I say this in honesty, I don't know if it's really my skill of like physically making these shots, or I've really programmed myself, I've overlearned this concept of shooting at 0. See, I've gamified the situation. I'm making it a game within a game. Yes, the name of the game is to make the shot, but really the name of the game is shoot the basketball accurately straight every single time. Whether I'm being guarded hard, soft, whether I'm off, it doesn't matter. And I want to give you something, right? It's from one of the best statements I've ever heard in my life. And it has to do with cause and effect. And it's from a guy named Earl Nightingale. Earl Nightingale spent the majority of his adulthood, and I follow his footsteps in the same way in my regard. He spent the majority of his adulthood looking how to help develop human character, the wellness of human people. And he said this, and the first time I ever heard this, it went right to my heart. He said, our rewards in life will always be in exact proportion to our contributions and services. Our rewards in life will always be in exact proportion to our contributions and services. That's nothing more than cause and effect. If my cause is high, the effect has to be high. It don't always have to be money or rewards. So in this case, the cause, if I shoot straight, the ball has to go in. Bottom line, gravity now helps me out, right? If I shoot it straight, the ball has to go in. And now to help me understand my cause, to get that effect over and over and over, I'm playing a game within a game. I'm not just shooting at the hoop. I'm shooting at 0, and 0 never changes. I don't want to get too far out of the frame, right? But 0 never changes. It's the middle of the rim. I'm not aiming for the back of the rim, the front of the rim. All that stuff changes. 0 never changes. I don't care where you are when you shoot this basketball. 0 never changes. Shoot at 0. Also, I gave you 2 things to program as an error. If you go across your body, name it hook. Normalize error in practice. That's an elite skill set. If you go away from your body, that's a slice. You want to be just right every time? Shoot at what number? Bingo, 0. Interesting. And if you're interested and wondering how I was able to make all those shots when I was shooting with no edit, and in becoming yourself an elite level shooter that can knock down shots from anywhere on the floor, make sure you check out our 8-week Shot Fix course that can be found on the same link. It will take your shooting game to the next level, guaranteed. Enjoy your gift and keep attacking. Let's go. Get out of here. Bingo.